What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets. We are back. We had a little week off last week with the Truist Championship. That did not slow our roll as we had a couple Sunday sweats with Hogard and Fleetwood. Nonetheless, we got another runner-up, and we're back with the second major championship of the season with the PGA Championship on deck here. And happy Dinger Tuesday for those who celebrate. I don't know if I have one slip out there. I don't know if anybody's hit one yet, but it's always fun to see throw some pizza money on some on some guys that hit some home runs. How are we feeling tonight, Teaser?
Good. It's also our first show back since Doral, so I think I cashed another outright for the stream with Cam Young. So just going back to that tournament, and I think it was as simple as it got personally, like just great course fit. So last week was rough for me. I had Aberg, I guess a T7, but kind of a backdoor, but nothing really in the mix. So hopefully we get one this week. I think we've got some guys we like a lot. So it's obviously they haven't used this course in a while, so seen a lot of narratives out there on how it's going to play and stuff like that. But overall, should be a pretty good week. Looks like a nice course too. So
yeah, and if it's the first time checking us out, we've been doing this for 3-4 years now. We're just two dudes who like to talk golf on a weekly basis and share our thoughts and inputs. And we share round by round plays as well in the Sharp Bros Discord. So hit us up below. Use the link below to join. Might run a special either tonight or tomorrow afternoon. A little half off to get into the Discord and go from there. But the Discord's rolling. We got MLB, NBA, NHL, PGA. We got it all covered for you guys. We are absolutely rolling. All right, let's get into this. If you guys are here, say what's up. Give us a shout if you guys are, if it's your first time, or hell, if you've been here before. But let's get into it. We got the PGA Championship, second major of the year. Yeah. Take it away, Teaser. What are we looking for?
Yeah, I'll kind of give more explanation for this week since it's obviously a new course or hasn't been on there since 9 years now. So 7,400 yard par 70, but it's not really that long. It doesn't really play long. Most of the yardage in the par threes. Overall course identities demands different shots. So going to kind of look for guys who shape it both ways and maybe straight ball hitters more so this week. Personally, just playing the course before, on the simulator, I guess I've got a little bit idea of what it does, but I don't think it's going to really suit the Bombers just like that. I think it's going to really reward well-rounded players through the bag. I think it's going to be it's going to test everything. I think off the tee is honestly going to be the least tested this week. It is narrow fairways, but the rough's not really that thick as it would be at a U.S. Open type venue. I think approach play is going to be the biggest. I've been kind of reading a lot. There's a lot of undulations on the greens, a lot of runoffs. So I think scrambling is going to be another key this week. And I think putting in general, just lag putting as well, just making sure you're not a 3-putt avoidance and bogey avoidance. So, and the biggest thing with the approach play is I think 150 to 200 plus mid irons, long irons. It's more of that type of course. So going to kind of pick out some guys who are better with the mid to long irons. Like I said, around the greens, there's a lot of collection and runoff areas. So got to be creative, got to get up and down a lot. The putting challenges, large greens, 8,000 square feet. I think they're going to have it running at a 13, a lot of slopes, and don't really want to be above the hole here. So got to keep it below it. Just to put it all into one, I think the main things for me is the bogey avoidance. Always look at in a major 3-putt avoidance is going to be pretty big this week. And then I think the proximity from 150 plus to round it out is going to be huge too. So,
to piggyback on the bomber strategy. So, I mean, you could go two different ways here with the approach, especially if you're playing DFS, because a lot of people are going off of the bombers because it doesn't have too much, I guess, strategy off of the tee. Basically, as Rory put it, it's you bomb it and then you figure it out from there.
Yep.
So essentially, you could twist that and you could say, okay, well, maybe distance doesn't matter, but also at the same time, it could matter where you do bomb it down there and then someone just like Victor Hovland or DeChambeau or whoever it is, it just scrambles very well this weekend, but the distance still gets them down there. So I'm just playing devil's advocate on that, where you could potentially flip that and you might get a low owned DeChambeau, low owned, whoever it is, Xander, whoever, or a low owned Minwoo or a low owned Hogarth who just played well, who bombs it and, could end up still scrambling enough to be there. So
I can see. I agree with that. I think it's one of those things where I don't think there's a necessary advantage this week. Like, I mean, we've seen Bryson win 2 U.S. Opens, and that's always like you got to be accurate off the tee. But we've seen him just bomb it down there and hack it out of the rough. So it's like, they can overpower courses. It's like it's not a big advantage this week, but it still always is going to be an advantage when you can hit it 330 and still be closer to the green. So
yeah, exactly. And like I said, just bomb it down there and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
We got Trent here. What's up, buddy? We are ready to roll. He's got 3 guys: Cam Young, Sam Burns, Minwoo. End the show. That's all we need. Okay, those 3, and we're done.
Sam Burns, man.
That's Teaser's boy.
Yeah.
But Cam Young obviously makes tons and tons of sense this week. But yeah, we'll get into some outrights here. Go talk the outright board, see what we like DFS wise on ownership, and then we'll get into matchups to end the show. And if you guys have questions, anybody you're looking at, anything that you guys have on your brains for the next 20 minutes or so, make sure you guys let us know. So we got Scotty up at the top again. Is this, plus 385 here on DK? Are we messing around with him whatsoever this week? Is he just finally going to put a good first round together, or is it going to be meh, Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people like him obviously this week, but obviously you can never take that number, so you're going to have to parlay with the top 20 or something like that to get something close to 10-1. But yeah, I obviously not going to ever take 385. Maybe if you really love a top 20, like I said, do that with it. But
I actually like that strategy you've been throwing.
Yeah,
and to tease the whole show, might as well talk to one of my sleepers. But like if I'm thinking about going like Scotty outright, Harry Hall top 20.
Yeah,
like a long shot top 20. And then see where it comes in.
Yeah, it sucks. It would suck if he doesn't get top 20 and Scheffler wins, but it is what it is. We're not going to take 385 on Scheffler to win, so it's worth a shot to get him at like 10 or maybe even 11-1. So it's like, personally, I don't think I'm going to touch the top 3: Scheffler, Rory, or Rahm. I did watch Rahm in person this week at Live Virginia, so it was like he looked pretty good. I mean, he played well. I think he got like a T7, but it was a pretty good challenging course, but I just don't think just a lot of stuff going on with Liv and all that. I just don't know if he's going to, at that number, I don't think I can take 14-1. I do like Cam Young. I'm still going to, I don't have any answers for that right now. I'm going to think about that till Thursday morning. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to take that or not, but I know. What do you think you're going to do with Xander then?
Yeah. So the 2 right here at basically 20-1 with Xander and Bryson are very, very intriguing to me. And if I had to pick one, I'm probably going to go Xander. And I mean, they're neck and neck with what like ownership wise at 14-15% on DK. Xander's $800 cheaper, so that's why I tend to lean towards him a little bit. My thing with Xander is, if you watched him last week, he just couldn't putt. And I know on a week-to-week basis, people can find their putters again. And before that, Xander was going on a top 10 galore, his streak that you've always seen. So if it's just the putter that he's struggling with, I'm totally fine. I know lag putting and all that with the green undulations. I think his scrambling is good enough to compete here and obviously win. And again, I feel like if I can get a 20+ number from Xander, it's always intriguing to me. Plus, if you want to go safe, do the plus 164 top 10 again, and just you're more than likely going to win it. So I think he's cash top tens. Let me make sure I speak truthfully. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 out of his last 7 with a T12 in there. So almost 5 out of his last 7 with a top 10. So granted, his putting was horrific last week. Off the tee wasn't great, but I think it's just has to do with I would more than likely back him up here at the PGA Championship with Xander. But Bryson makes a ton of sense too. But those two are probably my favorite starting off the card. You like anybody? Down the list there.
If I don't take Cam Young, I probably will start my card with Fitzpatrick, and I'm never really on him. And he's 23-1 is a pretty solid number. And I think I might boost him up to 27. But yeah, honestly, I was all over him not having a good week at Quail Hollow. I kind of knew he doesn't play well there, and I took a week off. I didn't think he was going to have any kind of stamina left. But I think coming into the major, he plays well at majors. Strokes gained par 4 in the model. He's like top 15 overall. The key one with him is the overall from like 150 plus, even 200 plus. It's always top 10 with his mid to long irons. It's a pretty solid scrambler. I think he's top 10 in the model as well the past 36 rounds. So another thing with him, he's also been pretty much putting the lights out. I think one thing I'm going to look at this week, and you can look at it both ways. Like you said, the putter can change. But I kind of want to stick to good putters on these greens. So I think with him, I just want to go with a reliable putter. Obviously, it's unpredictable sometimes, but I like him at 24-1.
That was Fitzy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I took him in a round matchup on Sunday, and man, he mailed it in. I was like, oh, he wants to get out of here real quick.
Yeah, and it was really his putting last week. Like he lost almost 2 strokes putting. The ball striking really wasn't there either. I mean, kind of just was an off week. Must not really fit his eye there. So not too worried about it.
Another one. I was on him last week. Had a sweat with him. It was Tommy Fleetwood. I'm enticing myself to go back to him this week at 26-1, which I feel like that number would have been lower or should be lower. I think he's an absolute perfect fit for this golf course. He comes in at like 10% ownership, so I think he's just getting lost in that. Ludwig. Then you got right above him, you had Fitzy, you got Xander. So people are paying up more for Xander, Fitz, and Ludwig, and this kind of realizing that not realizing Tommy's right there.
I don't get the love for Aberg. How is he 20 and Fleetwood's 26? Just based, I don't get that.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't make too much sense to me. So I'm more than likely going back to Xander, Fleetwood. But obviously we'll have our official cards tomorrow. But those two really, really pop out to me. I have the cover boy as Brooks. Cover boy as Brooks. I feel like I said it last time with the Masters, but I didn't take him. So I gave it some time, and I'm like, PGA Championship. That's Brooks Koepka, right? So he's one of my gut plays of the week is Brooks Koepka, and the cover boys. If anybody's been following me, I've been pretty damn good at either Sunday sweat or winner on those.
Yeah,
and what I've done is basically made them off my gut, and I have not taken many of them myself. So I'm speaking it into fruition here, where I might play Brooks. It doesn't have much merit. It's more of just a gut play here on Brooksy, turning it on, being the old Brooks, and doing something at almost close to 40-1, which pretty good number. A pretty good number there with Brooks. But like I said, it's a more of a gut play than anything. You got any idea on Brooks this week?
Well, it's crazy too. I've never seen them just skip from mid 20s to almost 40s. There's no one in the 30 range, which is I've never seen that. Which is insane. That just, I guess it means favorite heavy. And then, but yeah, Brooks, I mean, if you're going to take him anywhere, it's going to be at a PGA championship. So,
Yeah.
he's been a little up and down this year. Obviously working out some stuff, I guess, but played in the alternate event last week. I think he had a decent finish, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it always depends how the course is going to play as well with him. I think I would like him if it is going to be harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's going to be more of a birdie fest, which they don't know yet. I guess
Yep.
it depends on the weather. I don't know if I would like him, but I think 40-1 is a good number if it gets tough out there.
Yeah, and the putter always scares you.
Mhm.
He sees ghost out there sometimes as he's putting, and he lost strokes again last week at Myrtle Beach, lost strokes
Yeah.
at the Children's Houston Open of the putter. So that's two or three, actually 3 out of the last 4 that he's missed or he's lost strokes on putting. So, guys, I'm not saying I like the play. I'm just saying it's a gut play on there where sometimes your gut just says something and you're like, okay. Let's throw it out there and see what it does to the universe. But more, like I said, doesn't have much merit behind it statistically. But we'll see how Brooksy does this week. Right underneath him, Morikawa looks like he's fine from his back. I think he still makes some sense here. I'm not going to back him, but 40-1 sounds like enticing to me on a player who's played very well this season. What do you think about Colin?
Yeah, it's whenever someone has like I don't even know how he's top 10ing and stuff the way he's been swinging.
Yeah,
It's been
exactly.
crazy. So I mean, maybe the week off because he didn't play last week. Yeah, he didn't play, so maybe that helped him a little bit. But yeah, I mean, 41 is kind of actually a crazy number too on him. So I actually don't really even mind that number. I'm never really on him. I think this is a pretty good.
He has 5 top 10s out of his last 6 events,
which is crazy,
with a win at Pebble Beach. I mean, it's a hell of a year for Morikawa, and then to post this number, but it's
tough. I don't mind it. I think this 40 to 50 range is kind of interesting. I like a lot of guys in it.
Yep.
So I mean, just going off him, I think.
Yeah, go to your next guy that you like. Yep.
I mean, I think I'm back on Russ.
Go Russ bus, baby.
Yeah, Russ bus, man. I'm back on the bus.
We need a video guy with just Russ bus going across the screen right now.
Yeah, he really. Last time I'm on him, MGM has him 55-1, so I might take that number instead of 40. Obviously, 48 on DK. But last time Valero missed the cut. Last time I was on him, but like if there was a place where played well at the Masters, which is kind of surprising, 5th in the model. Strokes gained total is last in strong fields, top 5. I mean, just if you wanted to take anyone here, bogey avoidance, top 5, 3-putt avoidance, top 5. Putter's always been, don't really want him in a birdie fest, so hoping for that 11 to 13 under range would be perfect for him to win. The mid to long irons really is what's kind of enticing me to get on him this week. I think if guy doesn't really move the ball off the tee that much, so pretty much straight hitter, hits a little bit of a draw sometimes, but like straight hit fairways, hit his long irons in there, and then make some putts. I actually really like him this week. So
yeah, 48-1, like you said. After when you're getting up in this 40 range, it's enticing some of these guys because they're usually not this high, and maybe it's a tall tale sign of saying, hey. It's going to be one of the top guys that gets it done this week.
It probably is gonna, but
yeah. Right below him, you can't sleep on these two, and it's not really sleeping on their household names at this point. But JT is coming back very, very strong. Didn't have the greatest Sunday, but a guy who's getting healthier week by week, and you saw him. I've just seen him play the last several weeks there. Like what I'm seeing from him. The other guy right below him, probably the most hated man in golf, at Patrick Cantlay, but somebody who has been on fire. T7, T12, T8, T10. So, and T12 was T12 was at the Masters too. So you have a very, very good Patrick Cantlay coming in at a very solid number at 53-1. Again, I'd probably play him more DFS than betting.
Right.
I'm going to say he's coming in at like 15%, so a little bit more than what I'd like. But he is very, very affordable at 8,900. So Cantlay makes a lot of sense this week, and just with the role that he's on. Those two are, I'd say, more DFS plays than anything.
Yep.
But I would not be surprised if those two are on the leaderboard come Sunday. Anybody else in that 50-1 range or 60-1 range?
I think 60, maybe 70 will be probably the farthest I go down the board this week, just because given the favorites and stuff. But I think you got to look at Hatton a little bit at 62-1. Obviously we have less data on him, but good drive percentage. Obviously hits the ball pretty straight, doesn't move it. Again, strokes gained total, he's been top 10. He's coming off that top 3 at the Masters, which is good to see. Played great there. But yeah, he's pretty decent, and he's been pretty decent in the majors the past 2 years. He's been playing pretty well on Live, so I think 62-1 on him's pretty good at that price. Just a guy who kind of hits it straight, good with his irons, and is pretty good at scrambling as well. So probably fits his course pretty well.
Yeah, other couple guys in this range. I got 3 of them. I've already touched on Minwoo. I think Minwoo is like a fun, pizza money bet, and just kind of see what you can get from him. Maybe a first round leader or something like that.
Yeah,
he scores very well, and then he will lose it very easily. So very, very high volatility there on him. But Siwoo Kim, Goddard, and then Ricky make a ton of sense to me. And these 3,
I love Ricky. Yeah,
Siwoo makes a lot of sense if you're going the, approach angle here. Not so much bomber. Goddard has actually played a lot better as of late. I know he had that little, T56 slip up at the Players that kind of wrote him off for a little bit, but then came back T6, T24, T25, T38, and then last week T14. The main key there, in 4 of his last 5, he has gained strokes putting. So I'm never really concerned about him off the tee. Never truly concerned about his approach, but mainly is like around the green and putting. And then if he's got that rolling, you can see kind of how he won at the Phoenix Open and then the Sony Open as well. So he has cooled off. I don't mind going back to him at a very, very nice number at 61-1 there. Guy has won twice already this year. And then Ricky, probably one of the hottest players on tour. You're kind of just riding the coattails there of Ricky. If we would have had a stream last week, I would have said, no way. I too many people on Ricky. I'm not going to play him. And then he almost won the damn tournament. So I would not have been on him last week. And then this week, a little bit more enticing, but I probably won't get to him on a card, but look for him maybe DFS. But he does carry some ownership because he has been playing so well. All right. Any long shots? Well, let's go to some sleepers here.
This guy's. I'm not going to take him, but it's kind of crazy to see Hideki at 82-1. Wow. He's been.
I took him last week. He was dog shit.
Yeah. He's not been playing great at all, which is, I guess the number does make sense, but it's crazy how far you can fall within like 2 months.
But his scrambling, if he's around the green, he's one of the best in the world. So
if you're taking Hideki in any week, you can't even explain it. It's just a gut feeling because he's so inconsistent to where he might just have, like at Phoenix Open, he just had it rolling until on a Sunday. So he couldn't find a fairway, but he could get up and down from anywhere. So it's like that's what he does. So probably wouldn't take him here, but I guess you got to look at Sepp Straka at like almost 110-1, which is kind of an insane number. I know he's been kind of annoying us this year a little bit when we're on him. He just random 5 over on a Sunday, but I don't know, just like a more of a positional course type vibe with him is always where I like to take him. He's been kind of showing up on leaderboards the last couple of weeks. I don't think he's just he's really not doing much on weekends. I think that's what it is lately with him.
Yeah, he screwed me out of almost $800 on Saturday. I had a 2-ball lay, of course.
Yeah, played horrible. True.
My guy Sep. It's usually what I say. They're Sep Saturdays. It's Sep Saturday. You roll with them, and the guy just flopped. Oh, it cost me $800.
That's crazy. He's not putting 4 rounds together, which is weird. I mean, at T4 at the Cadillac Championship 2 weeks ago, I mean that's good, and then a T63, which is almost last week. So yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting price though. Obviously, I don't think it's probably worth a couple of dollars on 110 to 1. So that's probably far down as I'll go, honestly.
Yeah, I got a couple. So Patty Reed, I probably won't play him, but 80 to 1, a good number there. Spawn is not terrible. I'm not going to play him, but Spawn at 74 to 1 has come on as of late. I wish I would have been on him now instead of at the beginning of the year. The 135 to 1 here, Harry Hall. So he's probably my favorite sleeper out of this entire group. I talked about him earlier where you had the top 20 play with Scotty. I'm just going to bring it up real quick with Harry. Has not been playing well. Did not play well. Cut T9, cut T28, cut, and now he's got some consistency now with a T30 and a T8.
Yeah.
He's finally finding his putter, which is hard to say. Finally gained strokes off the tee. Just something that hopefully clicked this weekend. Went super low on round 4 yesterday, and that's always something that you look towards, especially going into a PGA Championship or a major championship. People who are rounded in form. So 135 is not a crazy bad number here with Harry Hall, who, if you're playing that approach scramble putting game, Harry is one of the best putters on tour. So makes a lot of sense to me. If you in the same breath, I mean, I can't see him winning, but Corey Connors at 175 is just insane number. This guy you're getting in the 40s, 30s last year, 20s in major championships. So, but yeah, no one else truly. You're going to see some household names still down here. You got Wyndham Clark, you got Sung Jae, you got Jason Day down here, but just none of them make too much sense. Matt McCarty played pretty well last week. He's 240 to 1, but my favorite has got to be Harry Hall. Harry Hall 135. You got any long shot favorites or no?
I think you covered most of them. I just don't think anyone from that's gonna. I mean, it could be in contention. I just don't know who else I would like from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you covered most of them. Maybe Thomas Dietrich, saw him last week playing pretty well. So
Dietrich,
140 to 1. So yeah, that's kind of it from there. Probably just pick from that 40 to 60 range, but a couple favorites.
All right. Well, let's get into our matchups before we get up out of here. Let's go see tournament matchups. We usually take one amongst ourselves. Let's see if any stick out.
I think there's a lot this week. Got Ricky over Sam Burns, solid one. Always do. Yeah. Wow, Bryson versus Brooks. That's a crazy one.
Yeah, Brooks.
I mean, they're kind of pretty good this week matchup wise.
Wow, this one surprises me. Fitzy is favored over Fleetwood.
I saw that. Yeah,
I think I'm going to take Fleetwood there.
Okay.
I think both of them are going to play well. But.
Yeah. Honestly, I might. It's a little juiced, but just for the stream, Henley over JT for sure.
Yep. Minus 140, whatever.
Yeah.
You could fade Kitayama or fade Matsuyama and play Kitayama.
Yeah, that's tough.
Hatton. You said Hatton over Spieth?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, honestly.
Yeah. But no, I'd say these are pretty fair this week.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty.
Nothing that like screams you have to play.
No.
But definitely Fleetwood be my favorite with over Fitzpatrick. Playing the fatigue card there with Fitzy. You can only play so well for so long in golf.
Yeah, that's true.
Or I can go Harry Hall over Jason Day. There you go.
Yeah, I like that too. Actually,
one guy I really want to play again this week is Hogar. I really liked what I saw of him last week. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it again. But he is a very intriguing player that I like. That like last week, I told it to teaser before, but it was one of those like. I even said to the Discord, like, is a sneaky fit that I just I just really, really liked it last week. Could bomb it with the best of them. And I just don't, you could flip it. You know, you could say, hey, the Bombers could do it again this week and play long and just get down there and figure it out. But I guess we'll wait and see. But I think that could be a strategy you play, especially if you're making multiple lineups on DFS. You can just make that narrative and say, hey, I'm going to go this route.
Right.
Any final thoughts? Anything else you got for us here?
No, just hopefully we get some guys in the mix. Hopefully it's honestly a good. I kind of hope it plays a little tougher. Hopefully some wind gets in there and some weather. So we'll see how it plays out. But
I would hate to have a minus 20, 30 Fest PGA Championship. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Yeah, so hopefully I would love that 12 to 14 range, so we'll see, but it should be a fun week.
Yeah. I think it'll be a little bit more sneaky difficult than what people are giving it right now. So, all right. Well, we'll get up and out of here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Full cards or full outright cards for me will be out tomorrow. All round by round plays will be in the Discord. Hit the link below. We'll run some type of special either tonight or tomorrow to get your butt in the Discord. And we'll see what we can bring for the PGA Championship, second golf major of the year. Appreciate you all tuning in. See you guys.
See you.